Hey everyone, I'm Joey. Today I'm going to teach you the beginner balloon twisting technique of how to put bubbles from your balloon inside the balloon as well as objects outside of your balloon inside the balloon. I use this technique for when I'm doing a simple balloon dog shape to make it a little bit more interesting. I'll put a bubble inside the balloon and make sure that it ends up in the dog's stomach, and I can say that the dog has swallowed a tennis ball, and if you look at it in the light you can see the tennis ball rolling around in its stomach. The supplies you're going to need are of course a balloon twisting balloon. Unless you have lungs of steel, I highly suggest a hand inflator. This one is a dual action pump, which means it shoots air out the end when you pull it out and when you push it in. Very convenient, I highly recommend it. You can use whatever brand of balloon twisting balloon you'd like. I've tried almost all of them. The dollar store, Amazon, Walmart, Party City, Qualitex, Sempertex, Vitalitex, you name it, I've probably tried them. My favorite so far is Kugel balloons. There's a link in the description below if you want to check those out and do your own research on them. Let's inflate our 260 size balloon twisting balloon about halfway. I tell everybody that I train this, the most difficult part of balloon twisting is tying this initial knot in the balloon. If you're having trouble tying this initial knot, check out my tutorial to see how I do it. Hopefully it's got some good tips that will make it easier for you. First, I'll show you how to put a bubble inside the balloon. We're going to make a 1-inch bubble on the end here. We want the width of this bubble to be narrower than the width of the rest of our balloon. I'm going to use 3 of my fingers to put all around the nozzle of this bubble, hold the balloon a few inches down from this twist with my other hand, and push this 1-inch balloon into the inside of this balloon. And what I'm gonna do is push this in far enough so that the bubble is on this side of where I'm grabbing. And I'm gonna pinch it pretty hard. I don't wanna be pinching the bubble, just the balloon that's on this side of where I'm grabbing. What I'm going to do with my finger that's inside the balloon is turn it backwards and use my fingernail to rip it and break this balloon off. So if this finger was inside the balloon, I would want to fold it backwards and pull it out using my nail to break the balloon. Sometimes you can just use friction with your fingertip and just somewhat aggressively pull it and yank it, and that will also break the balloon off. I'm going to use these fingers as stabilizers as I rip this balloon with my index finger. So the balloon has just broken off inside this balloon, and I'm holding it pretty tight with both hands. Now I can let go with my free hand, and we have a bubble that is freely moving around inside this balloon. And I'm going to tip this so that the bubble goes down a little bit and pinch off the air with my free hand so that I can get my finger out. Then I'm going to tie off the end of the balloon here. So now we have a bubble inside this balloon. There's a lot of light facing me because this camera is inside of a ring light, so generally when you're looking at it, you can put a light facing right behind it. That's why I was using my camera flashlight. It's a little bit harder to tell in a video because of how much light is coming at me currently. So here's a view from behind the ring light. You can see the bubble cruising around. Woohoo! Now you can put anything inside the balloon that is narrower than the balloon itself. So this could be a car key or one of these little fake tea lights. Let's get a little extreme and use a kitchen knife. We're going to put the blunt in first because we'll pop it if we put the sharp in first. So we're slowly sticking it in, and I'm going to grab this with my outside hand so that I can readjust this hand. This is very dangerous because if I let go with this hand, this knife is going to launch out the end. This is absolutely not recommended in restaurants, and if you are putting on some sort of show, don't use something dangerous like a knife, and make sure that you never point the balloon or this at anybody because it is a projectile. So I will continue to push it through the balloon. And this is kind of the tricky part when you get to the very end because it's kind of sharp. So as I'm sticking this knife into the balloon, I don't have my finger pressing against the tip of it. It's kind of overlaid with the tip right next to it, so I'm not cutting my finger open. Now, what just happened is I broke the balloon off, but I did not have my other fingers cutting off the air. It is still partially inflated. What I'm going to do is re-inflate this so that this knife can move freely through the balloon. Here's a video from this side of this knife, just freely inside of the balloon. Just moving around. Regarding putting actual objects inside the balloon, I don't have a ton of practical usage for this. I just think it's a fun thing to do with balloons and probably something good for you to know to get your creative juices flowing. And that is how you put a balloon and other objects inside of a 260 balloon twisting balloon. Thanks so much for watching. If this was helpful, don't forget to hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps my channel and it's a super small free way that you can show your support. Check out my channel for some more balloon twisting tutorials, beginner balloon twisting techniques, balloon decorating, business and finance tips, pranks, challenges, games, and a bunch of other fun, entertaining, and helpful content. Thanks for watching. I'm Joey. I'll see you next time.